Now she wanna caress me, she keep tryna neck me. I gotta tell my bestie, someone call my bestie. Think I found my bestie, link up make the check bleed. You know that I'm smoking dope, I'll be high till next week. No, I had to let her go, cause she can't arrest me.
Woke up with my toolie, what they do? Meet me in the alley with the troops. I got red shooters, I got blue. Let that thing down and point at you.
Yo, what is up guys, Kate here from Street Talk Productions, and today we're going to be going over week 15 for the new Supreme drop. Now overall this is not such a great week. This is probably one of the worst weeks I've seen all season. Most of the items are pretty bad and none of them have any unique features that really stand out to me. So starting off, we do have the Supreme Tivoli BT speaker, pretty different looking speaker actually. With a variety of different levels of sound, 88 to 1700, which is, I'm assuming, is pretty loud. I have not seen many speakers that actually look like this, so I do have to give them some credit for this. But I don't really like the look of it. I don't really like the way they leave Supreme in on the top part. And with the price being $350, I think that is just way too expensive, especially for a speaker. In the past, Supreme has released other speakers that I think have been a lot better, and this is definitely not one. Although it has got very high reviews, I just don't think it is a very good product at all. It is pretty much just a generic red speaker with Supreme going across it. Now in terms of resale value, I think this will have not that much resale value, especially because of the starting price is very high, and the most I can see it reselling for is maybe $400, maybe $450. It is pretty much just a generic red speaker with Supreme going across the top, and I don't think it's a cop for me. Moving on, we do have the split anorak, and I'm not really sure what this is. I guess it's a water resistant nylon coat, and I just don't really like the look of this. Once again, they could have made this cooler, but there's no Supreme branding on this. It just looks like a generic anorak, and I don't find this to be appealing at all, especially the colors they chose. I'm just really not a fan of this at all. Besides the black one, which is kind of cool, I just don't really like the pocket in the middle. I think that just looks kind of weird. And I'm just really not a fan of these kind of coats in general, and I'm not a fan of how Supreme made this in the spring season, opposed to later on in the year. With the price being $170, it isn't that much money. So if you really want to get this, I'd say go for it, but overall I just don't think this will have that much resale value, and it's not really worth it to me. Okay, next up we have the landscape hooded sweatshirt. So this is a hoodie actually with the Supreme branding on the top right. And we do have kind of like a childish painting kind of pattern. I'm not really sure what to call this. Once again, I don't really like this one. I'm not sure how it got such high reviews. Kind of looks like a kindergartner just painted on a piece of paper and they put it on a sweatshirt. I'm sure many other brands do something a lot like this, and not for $180. And keeping in mind shipping $190, I just don't think this sweatshirt is worth it once again. Although this has got high reviews, I think if you're trying to resell this, you should be able to make a decent amount of money, but I just really don't like this one. I'm not sure how much the reviews will match up with how many people actually buy this, and I'm actually surprised that it's got this high reviews. Okay, next up we have the Supreme Playboy soccer jersey. This isn't bad. I wish they didn't do like a stripe pattern. I'd rather have like another pattern. I'm not really sure what that would be. Once again, I'm not really a fan of the colors. I think the black one's pretty dope. This is probably the only piece that I might cop. I'm not sure yet, depending on what people are listing on eBay and what the resale value is predicted to be. And I don't think this will have that much resale value. I think if you're going for this, you're going for it to keep. And this is not a bad piece, probably one of the better pieces on the list. And we do have landscape sweat shorts to go with the sweatshirt I mentioned earlier on in the video. And once again, I'm just not a fan of this, especially for $150. That is very overpriced and just not worth it. I'm just really not a fan of this pattern overall. I don't know about your guys' opinion. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys think of this piece, but I'm just really not a fan of this. Next up we have the Blessed hooded sweatshirt, which I talked about last week, which I thought would drop last week, but it turned out it's actually dropping this week. And as I mentioned in the last video, you guys can check that out if you guys want to see that, my opinions of last week's drop and this piece in particular. But I don't really like this. I'm not sure what they were going for in this. I don't really understand what the pattern means. Some people were saying it's supposed to represent Supreme, but I don't really understand how that works. It just seems like a bunch of random patterns to me, and I just don't like this hoodie at all. We do have the S logo hat. I know I don't usually talk about camp hats. This is a classic piece. This is released I think before a few times, and it's not bad of a camp hat. Okay, next up we have the polka dots rayon work jacket. Once again, I'm a simple guy. I don't really like flashy pieces, so if you're asking me about this piece in particular, I don't really like this. Just everything about it, especially on a work shirt, like you cannot wear this pretty much anywhere. This is not going to have resale value. $230 is very expensive for this kind of piece. You can buy this piece probably anywhere else that's just not Supreme for a lot less if you want to get this kind of piece. Next up, we have the Ganesh keychain with something on the inside like a gold pattern. I think this is pretty cool. For $30, it's kind of expensive for a keychain, but you know, it's not bad. Okay, next up we have a very controversial piece. We have the MLK zip-up flannel shirt. There's a lot of mixed opinions on this, but according to SupremeCommunity.com, this is just not getting high reviews. And my opinion on this, I just don't like this piece style. I like how they're trying to put MLK and integrate with their clothing, but I just really don't like the way this turned out, and especially the graphic logo. I just really don't like the way this looks. This is a flannel actually, guys. So on the inside we have two different sleeves with completely different patterns, and the one on the right sleeve with the gray and black, it just doesn't really match the rest of the sweatshirt, and I just don't like this one at all, mostly because of the style. And I also don't like it because it's a flannel shirt and it's very expensive, and you could just not wear this anywhere, and I'm not really sure what they were going for on this. I don't want to hate as Supreme, guys, but I just really don't like this week so far. Okay, so next up we have the Waffle Ringer t-shirt. Once again, this is just like a basic t-shirt for 80 bucks. It's kind of expensive considering other Supreme t-shirts. We do have this in 5 different colorways, and this is just a pretty basic Supreme shirt. Okay, next up we have the MLK Dream Tee. I might be going for this piece mostly because of the resale value. This is actually a pretty good piece. I like this much better than the artwork. Flannel, I think this one is kind of cool, and I like the simplicity of it. And for $44, guys, I think that is definitely worth it, and I'll probably be going for this tomorrow. Along with this, we have the MLK button, and this comes free with the orders, which is pretty cool. Next up, we actually have the Spring Summer pocket tees, and a lot of people were expecting actually a box logo for this week, but obviously that did not come out in the leaks. But we do have an unseen pocket tee in multiple different colorways, and I haven't really seen many people wear pocket tees in a while now. But once again, these are basic Supreme piece, and you can't really hate on these. We do have another Jacquard logo silk polo. A silk polo. I have never heard of any polos that are made of silk, so that's something alright. Once again, I don't really like this one. $150 is pretty expensive. So guys, we do have some other hats, some other pieces that are trash, and I just don't really like it all. And another thing people were saying actually is there might be a Supreme North Face collab this week, but that is pretty unlikely, and it's most likely going to happen next week. But overall, I'd say for this week, a solid no cop for pretty much everything on the list. The only thing that I might cop will be the MLK shirt, and even then I'm not a big fan of. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and peace out.